interesting time here. We're in the holiday season, and we just had an election that really shook us, a lot of us, to our core. You know, there's so much, just going on to social media and looking at your feeds, it's intense right now. And I would just love to hear you talk a little bit about what's going on politically in this country and about the Black Lives Matter movement and what impact that's had on you and the teens that you're in touch with. I would just love to hear what your pulse check on all of that.
Sure. I have very strong opinions. You know that.
Yeah.
And I'm very comfortable in my skin, and I wasn't always comfortable in my skin.
Yeah.
Very comfortable in my thoughts, and I'm comfortable to be agreed with and very comfortable to be disagreed with. I truly believe that energy grows where energy goes.
Yeah.
And I would be a lie and remiss if I did not say I was disappointed in our elections. I was in Jamaica at the time, and I said, wow, I got to go home.
Yeah.
And I want to go home. I want to be a part of the solution. So I would be lying if I didn't say that there are certain feelings that I feel around our climate. You know, we have a real big race conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised, because I think that, you know, like our bell bottoms and afros and dashikis come back, I think we cycle experiences.
Yeah.
We cycle time zones, time capsules in what we're doing. I believe, you know, today we have the iPad, and I believe in 10 years the album, you know, the albums and that whole stereo system is going to come back, and people are going to want vintage. I believe it all cycles. So why not mindsets? Why not mindsets? I think what I want to be very mindful of is, instead of me choosing to give energy, because I could give a lot of energy to what I don't like.
Yeah,
I really can. I am in conscious choice right now, because energy grows where energy goes. And if we have to be very, very mindful, because if we put a whole lot of energy in our hurt and our frustration and our disgust, then our hurt, our frustration, and our disgust grows. If we put more energy in how different we are, Amy, we are very different. You are a white woman and I am a Black woman.
Yeah.
We're very different. But what I do know is that we both pump with a heart. We both bleed red blood.
Yeah.
We love deep. We've been hurt deep. We both know the depth of betrayal and the height of possibility. And what I consciously choose to place my energy on right now is how much we are alike.
Yeah.
I choose to put my energy on the human spirit of you as a white woman, the human spirit of a white man, the human spirit of an Asian man, and that we are more alike and we have differences. But if I focus my energy on our differences, and that's all I see.
Yeah.
So I'm not changing my stand. I've had this stand for years. You were my sister before our president was our president.
Yeah.
And before Obama was in office, and before Trump will be in office. It doesn't change anything. Do you know what I mean? And so I choose in this climate to ask myself the question, what part of the solution can you be, Lisa? What part of the healing can you be? That can you demonstrate, talk about, live, breathe, walk, and talk love and equality and possibility? Do I wake up some days absolutely pissed off? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do I have moments in the shower when I'm afraid for my son? Because my son is an African-American male child.
Yeah.
And he's 21 years old, so he's right in that danger zone.
Yeah.
And these days when you get shot, when your hands are in the air, because I know I have a good child.
Yeah.
But when you get shot because your hands are in the air, I don't know what to tell them anymore. that when my son leaves the house, I am afraid because I'm a mama.
Yeah.
And when my son wants to wear a hoodie that says Black Lives Matter, and I know it's because he wants his voice to be heard, but on some days I want him to just whisper.
Yeah.
Doesn't get too much attention because I don't know what they're going to do when they give him the attention. And I live in Orange County.
Yeah.
So that can be Orange County slash White County.
Yeah.
And I love where I live. I have the most amazing neighbors on the planet. I love the life I've given my son. And so I'm blended every day. Every day I'm blended. I feel my anger. I feel my hurt. And I feel my fear.
Yeah.
And in that space, I choose my love. I choose my possibility. And I choose to be a change agent. So I give myself permission to feel it.
Yes.
And then I challenge myself to channel it into something that's going to get us through this climate. We are a resilient set of beings. We are a resilient humanity. We have climbed through darker days than this. We have climbed through scarier days than this. We have climbed through so much with so much less. We have climbed through so much, Amy, with so much less.
Yeah.
So all I could do is, like Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind as we step into this cycle for the next 4 years or the next 8 years. I don't know. I'm going to see the other side. And I'm going to challenge every mom and every dad and every child, white, Black, Asian, Latino, brown, white. I'm going to invite you to see the other side with me. And then let's charge for that together, because energy grows where energy goes. And I know when we hum, and then you pick up that hum with me, and then another mother picks up that hum with us, then all of a sudden we have an international, universal, multicultural, non-denominational, multi-economical choir of humming. And that vibration alone is more powerful than any hate, any anger, any divisiveness. Because we have witnesses, we have examples, we have Mother Teresa, we have Cesar Chavez, we have Mahatma Gandhi, we have Nelson Mandela, we have Martin Luther King. We have examples of people who chose to hum together. And they beat the beast. They beat the beast called hate. They beat the beast called anger. They beat the beast called divisiveness. So it might not happen tomorrow, my friend. It might not happen next week. And as mothers, we may have to pray the heavens down for our children to be safe when they leave our homes. But I choose to believe that God would not bring us this far to end us in a pool of hate and anger. I don't care who the president is. I don't care who's controlling the Senate. I don't care who the backers or the funders are. I don't care. The human spirit is unbreakable. The human spirit is unshakable. The human spirit is unchangeable. The human spirit is not available to the elections. The human spirit is not available to your bank account balance. The human spirit is not available to the relationship status when it's going back. The human spirit in each one of us is simply waiting for the command, what good do you want me to do today? And I just say, let's give it a challenge daily. Even if it's just a smile to the grocery clerk, even if it's stopping for a moment and seeing someone and thanking them and asking them how their day is and staying long enough to actually hear the answer.
Yeah.
I just believe. Call me hopeless or hopeful. Call me full of false hope. I don't care. But I believe that people like Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison, and when he left prison, he led the largest forgiveness movement in history. And he led the largest forgiveness movement in history with the guards, the white guards who guarded him. They went on the forgiveness movement with him, side by side with him. You can't tell me on the other side of apartheid, on the other side of that kind of treatment, that we come through it. You can't tell me we can't come through this. You can't tell me that. I have blind, unwavering, non-negotiable, unapologetic faith. And when you have that kind of faith, you don't wonder about if you can climb the mountain. You demand the mountain to move. I'm demanding the mountain to move. And if enough crazy people like us get together, enough unicorns get together, bold and radical and outrageous for love, possibility, joy, and connection, if enough of us hold hands, if enough Black women hold hands with white women, enough white women hold hands with Asian women, enough Asian women hold hands with Latin, enough Black men and white men get together and hold hands, all of a sudden we see, Trump can't change this. He can't. You ain't got that much power to change the human spirit. I'm just saying. That's my stand. That's my story, and I'm do it.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Oh my gosh.
And guess what? You're the first person to ask me. And this is the first place for me to make that public declaration. So thank you. Everyone's trying to dance around the conversation. Let's not dance around it. Let's hit it straight on, straight, no chaser, right between the eyes.
Yes.
Take it just like that. Let's not spend the next 4 years trying to avoid conversations. Let's have healthy dialogue. Let's have healthy conflict. Let's have healthy communication. Let's talk until we've said what we need to say and our hearts are sitting out in front of us. Let's speak from a place of contribution and compassion and creation, not from a place of hurt and anger and fear. Let's rise above it. And then let's have dialogue. And let's have dialogue in the hurt until we can get above it if we need to. Let's not abandon each other. I won't abandon you, sister, right now. I won't forget my commitment to you before all of these elections. Don't allow these elections, this climate, and those people to change who we've always known ourselves to be and who we aspire to become. I won't allow my president, I wouldn't allow my previous president and the one before that president to dictate and determine who I am as a person. And let's not do it now. If Facebook is driving you to a place that you don't like, get the hell off Facebook. Give it a timeout for a minute. Give it a timeout for a minute.
Yeah.
Get on it, post your opinion, and get off. So that you contribute. Don't get contaminated. If you don't have the wherewithal, the resiliency, and that energy, the strength to stay in the light when you're reading the dark, then don't read the dark. Don't read the dark. Don't let the dark make your white become gray. Your white, when I say white, that's your pure heart. That's your pure space.
Yeah.
Don't let it, I won't let it make my white pure space become dark. I won't let it make it become gray. You don't have that access to me. No one does. I worked hard to become the woman I am today, and one election ain't gonna change it.
Yeah. All that I can say is thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. I know that every person listening right now is so grateful to hear your words, and I'm honored to have been able to hold space and just witness that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know that was so important for people to hear right now, so important for my heart to hear and be reminded of. And
we're healing.
Yeah.
And we need Neosporin.
Yes, we do. We do. Thank you for being my Neosporin.
Welcome.
Thank you for being the world's Neosporin, Lisa Nichols. We love you.
And I invite each mom to cut this part of the clip out and repost it.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
As many places as we can.
Yeah.
Not because I'm trying to be popular. I don't need that. But because we need a few people to make a bold, radical stand.
Yes.
We need to support that stand to become contagious.
That's right.
That's the only reason. And if this is not the message, find the message. And then let's put it out there. Because we need to plaster We need to plaster our social media with as much possibility and hope and conviction and stand as we can. And all of us, it's all of our jobs. No one's off the hook right now.
Yeah.
No one's off the hook right now. This needs to be a grassroots movement
Yes.
that bubbles up under the earth. And before you know it, it's a tsunami of possibility.
Yes, man.
A tsunami of healing, a tsunami of possibility. And that groundswell starts with us. It starts with you. You are not off the hook. I am not off the hook, and I don't want to be let off the hook. When I heard, Amy, what you were going to ask me, and Margaret said, is it okay? Absolutely, it's okay. Absolutely. I've been waiting on somebody to ask me.